Like, is it going? I think it's going. Top fans? I have 0 top fans. Right? Who's gonna watch this? Anyways, right? Alright. Whatever. Hey, good morning. It is I, your host, Pogo Kiddo, with yet another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Yeah, let's look. Let's look. What am I even doing? Um, oh no, black screen, the black screen. But it'll pop over as OBS figures this out. There we go. All right. The black screen while OBS figures it out. So yeah, the sound's working. Yeah, okay. Here I am. Ooh, pillagers, bad people. They would kill me. I'm pretty weak right now. I'm wearing armor. I'm wearing copper armor, but it's like paper. It doesn't really do anything. And I have my little field here. I'm still low on food, right? Every once in a while I'll go out and I'll murder anything, or like murder. I'll hunt anything I can to get food. And I expanded my little temporary base, and I've got like a smelting thing going here, so I can make food and stuff. Cause yeah, in the beginning of Minecraft, it's all about like the most basic stuff. Like, you need shelter, you need food. And if you can't get those, then you're gonna die over and over and over again. You can't really build anything until you have that taken care of. So I have one lone chicken. One lone chicken. Hello, my lone chicken. And yeah, and I planted some trees, because like if I chop down all these mangrove trees, I can't replant them. You need to put the seed thing in a bucket of water. And I didn't have any buckets for a long time. So I didn't want to chop down trees because they don't grow back. But these ones over here, they do grow back. They're nice. It's easy to chop them down and make them grow back. Stay away from the pillagers. Yeah, who are the pillagers? They're people from another land that come here and they kill me and take my stuff. So yeah, it's gotta watch out for the pillagers who will come to your land, kill you, and take your stuff, and enslave you. Me, enslave me. They will enslave me and take my stuff. Yeah. So I tried exploring a little bit, but this world's a lot different. It's different than my other world. The other world was on a flat biome. It was fairly easy to travel around. This one is all hilly, and it's a lot more difficult to keep my bearings. So I built my little tower, but when I got to the top, there was a skeleton down here who spawned and shot me, and I died. I die a lot in this world. But yeah. Anyways, hey, little wolfie. Anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna go hunt for food, because why not, right? Let's go hunt for food. I mean, I have some for right now, but not very much. It's very beautiful with the shaders. What's been going on in the world, man? A whole bunch. So Donald Trump is continuing his power consolidation. Understand that MAGA is a white supremacist movement. MAGA, the whole Make America Great Again thing, is a white supremacist movement. Now, the United States was not a true democracy. It was apartheid, and it only stopped its apartheid maybe 60 years ago, maybe. And until then, it was a white supremacist nation with apartheid. So we think, oh yeah, like everyone's enlightened, everyone's awake, and everyone knows that racism is bad and that multiracial democracy is good. No, not everybody. The Confederates, the white supremacists, hate the idea of multiracial democracy. They hate it. They fight against it all the time. They have been struggling against it ever since the beginning of the country. Right, the slavers, because the white supremacists, their ideological ancestors, I guess, are the slavers, and yeah, they do not want multiracial democracy. They want a white ethno-state. Christian nationalism is what they want. They want everyone to be white, and they want everyone to follow their version of Christianity, which has very little to do with what Jesus actually said. So that's the problem, right? So America's struggling to realize its promise, its potential of freedom and justice for all. But the main antagonists towards the idea of America becoming a multiracial free democracy are the white supremacists who want a white Christian ethno-state, Christian nationalist ethno-state. And they rallied in 2016 with the help of Russia to take power. And they did all sorts of bad things during the first Trump term. But then and then Americans chose Joe Biden to be president. And then it looked like things were getting better. Appeared like things were getting better. The white supremacists hated it, right? Because, for them, multiracial democracy is a bad thing. But for the rest of us, for the rest of us Americans, we're like, yeah, yay, fulfill the promise of America. Well, the white supremacists rallied. And again, in 2024. So here, let me pull that up real quick. This is like the only exit poll I can find from 2024. It's by CNN, and it broke down. Oh shit! What you can't? What are you doing? Showing all my stuff? Ah, man. There we go. Okay, this is the only exit poll I can find of oh shit, let's see. Anyways, this is the only exit poll I can find. And as you can see, dude, this doesn't work nearly as well as it used to. Okay, there we go. So Harris is a proxy for multiracial democracy, and Trump is a proxy for white supremacist nationalism. And you can see white men here. The vast majority of white men support white supremacist ideology. In fact, like across the board, it's white people who are doing it, who are majority in support. Now you come over here to Latino men, and this is an anomaly, right? This is like the first time in a long time that white or Latino men have majority voted for the white supremacist. But they only represent 6% of the vote, whereas white men and white women together are like 70% of the vote. So they're a tiny percentage. Like, I can understand maybe if you get tricked once. Like, I'll give Latino men a pass this one time. And I don't think I'll need to do it again. I need to go back home before I get eaten by monsters. Look at it's getting dark. I'm dumb, right? I'm like, oh, la, 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 la. Just gab, gab, gab. Oh shit! I gotta go. It's so dark. Look at this. Here, I have torches, but but yeah, it's primarily, if you look at it, primarily most white men, most white men are are white supremacists. And like, I don't know all white men. I haven't like done a thing about them, but I can look at the vote and do some deduction there. So if we're gonna address the issue of white supremacy in the United States, we need to address the root of the problem. Why would white men support white supremacy? It doesn't benefit them. They don't get a benefit from it. They think they do, maybe because they believe the lies of the elites. Because the elites are the ones who really are benefiting. Like, if you really get down to it, it's rich people versus the rest of us. And white supremacy is just a way for the rich people to divide the rest of us so that we remain weak. If we continue to fight one another, we will never ever focus on the main divide between us, because the real divide isn't between races. The real divide is between the haves and the have-nots. So this is illustrated by the latest scandal, which is Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, it never really went away, right? But QAnon had an idea on it, right? QAnon's like, oh, like, we think there is this cabal of rich, powerful people that run a pedophile ring. And they were right in that aspect, but where QAnon was wrong was that they thought the Democrats were doing it. Well, look at what's happening. Look what's come out. It's actually a bunch of Republicans. It's a bunch of Republican men who run this elite pedophile ring. And and they do it because they're like, oh yeah, we're rich, and every human here is here to serve the rich. So like, it's clear the real bad guys, the true bad guys here, are the wealthy, the oligarchs. But they're being supported through an ideology of white supremacy. That's how they get the regular people to go along with it. Because they tell the white men, hey, white man, like, you're the natural leader of the country, so you should support us, because we believe also that you're the natural leader of the country. But at the same time, they do shit like cut SNAP benefits and cut healthcare. Well, a lot of people who use SNAP food stamps and who rely on Medicaid are white people. They're white men, but they hide that fact by ascribing a moral component to poverty. It's like the old prosperity gospel, where you don't know if God loves you or not, like if you're going to go to heaven or not, but there are signs. And one sign is if you're wealthy. If you're wealthy, that means God loves you. And if you're poor, that means God hates you. So the same group that pushes white supremacy and supports the oligarchs, the concentration of wealth and power, are telling you that that's the way God wanted it. And a lot of white people buy it. They believe it. So my mom's white, right? I pass for white. Like, and that's like, fortunate for me, I pass for white. Because my life would be a lot more difficult if I did not pass for white. That's just the way it is. But, like, yeah, there are all sorts of things in society that... Do I have seeds? Ooh, I want to save this one. Come with me. Oh, I have two. Alright, come with me, chickens. There's more chickens, but I only want these two. Now comes the long process of bringing them back. So, yeah. Now, we are trying to create multiracial democracy in the United States, but we run up against all this resistance from the powers that be. So like that's the thing though. Like it's not like I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'm great, whatever. Man, like almost all my family are Trump supporters, white supremacists. I don't talk to them anymore. Because what do we have to talk about? Like, right? Like we're fundamentally at odds here. Anyways, so the Epstein thing is coming out, and it's real bad for Donald Trump. It's real bad for all the powers that be. And they're trying to distract from it. Like, I think part of the reason why Donald Trump was happy to shut down the government was because with the government shut down, he could stop the release of the Epstein files. Mike Johnson refused to swear in one of Arizona's representatives because that representative would be a Democrat, and that representative would be the deciding vote to release the Epstein files. So Donald Trump just kept the government closed this entire time, and Mike Johnson kept the House closed, so he wouldn't have to swear her in. Well, she finally got sworn in, and and I think the vote's going to happen next week, which is great, right? But because that's going to, release a bunch of bad information that will make it obvious that Donald Trump's a criminal. I mean, everyone already knows he's a criminal, but for a lot of the white supremacists, they don't care. For them, like, the law isn't as important as who the law is serving. Like, again, it's just a fundamental difference in stuff. So if you believe in multiracial democracy, you believe in rule of law, in which everyone is equal before the law. But if you're a white supremacist, that's not true. The law is there to serve the powerful and to oppress the forces that would threaten the power structure. Again, we just have two different interpretations. One group wants, the multiracial democracy group believes in rule of law, and the white supremacist group believes in the preservation of power. So the law, yeah. So a lot of the white supremacist MAGA don't care that Donald Trump's a criminal because he's their criminal. He breaks laws supposedly for them. Really, it's for himself. But they're easily tricked. Like, man, like, what am I even here? But one of the messages got out. Or some of the messages got out. They released some. And this is Mark Epstein, which is the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, writing to Jeffrey Epstein. Mark Epstein. So here's Bannon, Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon's involved with Jeffrey Epstein, right? How are you doing? All good. Bannon is with me, with Jeffrey Epstein. So you can see why the Republicans are all upset about this. They keep saying Clinton, 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 but it's Donald Trump's name who's in the Epstein files, not Clinton. Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Ah! Why would Mark Epstein ask that of Jeffrey Epstein? And I thought I had problems. Suris is Yiddish for problems. You and your boy Donnie can make a remake of the movie Get Hard. I'd rather be in Donnie D's shoes. So essentially, that's Hillary Clinton in the cuck chair. And that's Bill Clinton asking Hillary Clinton, "Are you sure? Is it okay?" And Hillary Clinton says, "Yes." Donald Trump is going to give Bill Clinton a blowjob. Oh, ha, ha, that's the joke, right? Like, did it really happen? I don't know, but it's funny. Yes, more chickens, so I have food to eat. Yeah, what else do I got going? So, one way that dictators use to hold on to power is they will start a conflict, a war, as a distraction from whatever domestic problems they're facing. So, for Donald Trump, that means going to Venezuela and trying to start a war. It's so scary down here, man. It feels really cave-like now. They really worked on the whole cave atmosphere. Scary down here. See? These guys will kill me. Run away. So Donald Trump is trying to start a war with Venezuela as a distraction. Well, and the other thing is Venezuela has oil. So you can look at this, you can look at Donald Trump as a reiteration of George W. Bush. George W. Bush was the worst president in American history until we got to Donald Trump. George W. Bush was awful. He literally started a war, two wars on the other side of the world, and blew all of America's wealth because he was doing so bad at home. And the thing is that he managed the Republicans, like his mismanagement of stuff ended up causing the 2008 financial crisis, the biggest crash in recent history. It was terrible. It just destroyed everything. Well, it destroyed a lot of stuff. But the funny thing is that when I ask my relatives about this, who do they blame? They blame the senator from Illinois. They blame the senator from Illinois. They said, "Oh yeah, the 2008 financial crisis. Yeah, Obama did that. Oh bummer, Barack Obama, the senator from Illinois." Now they don't know that he was senator, because they don't think that far. But yeah, he was a senator when this happened. So they're blaming a senator from Illinois who's black instead of the fucking president of the United States who was a white Republican. Why? Because they're white supremacists. My family's filled with white supremacists. Like, people think that, oh yeah, multiracial democracy is like a foundational bedrock idea of the United States. No, it wasn't. The United States was never, when it was founded, it wasn't founded as a way of giving democracy to everyone. It was founded as a way to give power to white men. That was the whole point. We're using this thing called reason to take power away from who? The king. And give it to who? White men. So this idea of multiracial democracy, freedom and justice for all, that wasn't part of the original part of the United States. That came afterwards, when people realized that the power of reason extends to all humans and not just white men. I should have downloaded that video from anyways, okay. So yeah, it's a pretty recent idea, this idea of freedom and justice for all. It's not something that's set in stone. It's something we have to defend and protect, because because white supremacists want to destroy it. They do not buy into the idea of freedom and justice for all. They want to set up a ethno-state. Jeez Louise, man, this thing is... See, these caves are, like, incredible. They're so huge now. Remember, like, you don't remember, but back in the day, Minecraft never had these massive, massive caves that are, you know, kind of terrifying. So it's a struggle, right? We have to continually defend the idea of multiracial democracy from white supremacists, from Nazis who want to tear it down. And that's where we're at right now. The white supremacists have taken control of pretty much every branch of government and are implementing their idea. Now, there's resistance, of course, right? Like inside the United States, people are resisting. No, not every white person is a white supremacist. There's a lot that are not white supremacists. But the ideology we're facing is white supremacy. And you can see that because the current administration, the regime, is conducting a program of ethnic cleansing. They are going around with their paramilitary forces and kidnapping people. And at first they said, oh yeah, we're only going to go after the criminals. But that was a lie. No, that was a lie. Because there are not that many criminals. There are not that many criminals who are illegal immigrants. Most people who are immigrants without proper documentation are here because they want to live a life and be able to work and raise a family without the threat of violence and poverty. Like, they work hard, they do what they have to do. I mean, they follow the laws, they do what they need to do in order to stay in good standing in society. But for white supremacists, that doesn't matter, right? The fact that they're not white is reason enough for them to be persecuted and kicked out of the country. So they started with just maybe just the people with criminal records. But then ICE, the Gestapo, the American Gestapo, started going after anybody, any immigrant that was involved in the legal system. If you're an immigrant going through the process to get your papers, ICE would go after you in the courthouse. You go to the courthouse to do your lawful stuff in order to become to fix your immigration situation, and ICE would come and kidnap you and take you away and deport you, so that you can never finish. And they do it because it's easy. It's easy to go after these people who are law-abiding. It's easy for ICE. ICE has a quota. Like, you have to arrest a certain number of people. And it's hard to go track down criminals, but it's easy to find law-abiding people because they're predictably at the courthouse. So it's easy to kidnap them. So yeah, ICE is no different than Nazis. I mean, just so you understand, right? ICE are no different than Nazis. People who work for ICE are the same thing as Nazi officers. It's kind of hard for people to understand because, like, for a lot of the young people, World War II was really, really far away. It's not in living memory anymore. Like, it wasn't in living memory for me, but it was for my grandparents. And oh boy, let me tell you the amount of, like, hero worship that the Americans did for their World War II vets. But even and I used to make that mistake of being like, oh yeah, they're the original anti-fascists. Not really. Not really. Because back then, in the 40s, America was still an apartheid state. Still apartheid. Like, they had segregated military. So even then, even during, like, the golden age of America, America still wasn't quite there yet. It was still an apartheid nation. Oh man, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of wandering, you know. Remember, the purpose of the show in the beginning was to warn people who says the opposite. Oh, this guy whose claim to fame was that he got punched in the head a bunch of times. He says the opposite of my family member who's educated and worldly. Who am I gonna go with? And my family members went with the brain damage guy instead. So I don't know, right? I don't know how effective it is to talk to people about this stuff. Like if they're not into it, if they're not willing to learn, then it's just not going to happen. But yeah, I started this in the beginning to warn people about Donald Trump. And now that we're already way deep into Donald Trump, I'm wondering what's the point of this? I guess it's to maintain like continuity, because fascists always want to rewrite history. They're always trying to rewrite history. Even now, Elon Musk, oligarch, evil man, racist, his AI, Grok, he has tweaked it so that it's like Mecha Hitler. It's like a mini Hitler. It's like they brought back Hitler's consciousness and put it into a machine. And his machine Grok, like, is now now denies the 2020 election. Elon Musk's machine repeats what Donald Trump's lies, that he won the election in 2020. Bullshit. Donald Trump did not win the election in 2020. Donald Trump lost the election in 2020, and after he lost the election, he tried to overthrow the United States government with a mob that he sent to the Capitol on January 6, 2021. That's the fact. That's the truth. But again, fascists always try to rewrite history. You talk to a Nazi, and they'll deny that the Holocaust happened. You talk to a slaver, a Confederate, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, slaves were like family; they were treated really well." Like they just lie and just rewrite history, because like they're terrible, right? Fascists, their number one enemy is the truth. They cannot abide by the truth. The truth destroys fascists, so that fascists have to do everything they can to get rid of the truth. Man, I'm just like going off. I don't know what else to say. Like I can show you clips that I stole from other people about stuff going on. Alyssa Anzar is a reporter. I think that's her name. And she was up in Portland ICE facility last night. So what happened last night was a bunch of right-wingers, fascists, white supremacists showed up with their cameras to the ICE facility, right? They're Nazis, right? And they bring their cameras because they want to create content. They want to create something that a spectacle that people will watch. Hey, what's up, JMDX? JMDX. What up? I'm talking about right now about Portland, Oregon. The ICE facility in Portland, Oregon is like, people in Portland are always protesting the facility in ICE in Portland. But last night, a bunch of right-wingers, Proud Boys, Nazis, showed up with cameras in order to start a fight. They wanted to start fights, because when they start fights, they get video of it, and then their viewers who dig the violence really like the violence, and then they'll donate money. And then the right-wingers, the Nazis, will take video clips and edit them to make the protesters look as bad as possible. So, hey, JMDX, how is my stream looking? How does it look? I haven't had anyone like give me any feedback here. I'm running rethinking voxels shaders. And it's pretty early game, dude. I only have copper. I have like nothing. I have nothing, and I'm at the edge of a swamp too, so like, or of a mangrove forest. So that's pretty dark and scary. And it's gonna become nighttime pretty soon. But yeah, I'm just going over like the events that led us to this time in history. So like, here, let's go in my little base because it's getting dark. Yeah, we're in a struggle. The United States is in a struggle between the slavers, the white supremacist Christian nationalists, and the rest of us Americans who want multiracial democracy, freedom and justice for all. And the two groups are incompatible. They have different ideologies, they have different ideas. The white supremacists want to create a white ethno-state, and they want to kick out anyone who's not white. And the multiracial democracy people, like me, we want to create a country of justice and liberty and diversity and equity and inclusion. So you can see why the two groups don't get along. Oh, the mud doesn't cook, huh? You can't bake mud? Alright. No mud. Sorry, mud. Can't bake you. I think to make mud bricks, you need to use straw. But this is my food, so it makes me kind of sad. There we go. Packed mud. Yep. So I've packed mud now. But I want to make mud bricks, I guess. Mud bricks. There we go, mud bricks. So it's all cool and stuff being down here in the valley, but like I need to be up higher. Like I need to make a new base somewhere else. What am I doing? Where else can I go for a base? I want to see what that is over there. I don't know what that is. Let's go find out. It looks like a Badlands, which I can get gold. I don't really need gold. I don't really use it for anything except for powered rails, but you know what? Here, let's go check it out. Yeah. So, like, it looks real bad, right? They're kidnapping people off the street in their homes, from their cars. I mean, they did it here in Salem, Oregon. They kidnapped a woman out of her car and left her car running in the middle of the street. And just ran away. Oh, it froze. Oh, there it goes. So it's happening all over the country. And they want to expand it. The new budget that the Republicans passed is going to like increase ICE's budget by like 10 times or something. Like they have a huge budget to create massive prisons to house many people. Hey, this is nice. The desert. Ooh, that's kind of neat. It's like a new biome. The desert biome. Ooh. Lava. Ooh, a camel. That's a new thing. I mean, I don't know what I can do with a camel. I'm riding you, camel. I'm riding you. Oh, you sat down. The camel sat down. Oh, wow. How funny. Ooh. Okay. Well, get up, camel. I'm leaving. Ooh, a sandstorm. Ooh. These are new thing. Oh wow, a massive pit. Ooh, now red sand. The red desert. I should have brought a bed. But oh well. Terracotta. Terracotta. Ha ha ha. Yep. The problem with America is white supremacy. Well, yeah, the other problem with white supremacy is that it's also, for some reason, it's tied to oil. Like, for some reason, white supremacists love oil and coal. I don't know why. So Donald Trump, like, pretty much surrendered the green energy market to China, which is bad for the world, but it's great for China. China's going to run away and become the world leader with all this technology that they're building for renewable energy. And the United States is going to be stuck on ancient technology that is outclassed by everyone else. Because for some reason, well, no, because they're dumping all their money. Americans are dumping all their money into AI, when AI doesn't have any kind of scenario when you can make money from it. The Chinese have used AI to hack American computers. They hacked a company recently using AI. So that's kind of scary. That starts leading us to like a cyberpunk scenario where AIs are going to start hacking things. There's my dude, he never stood up. He's like, I never stood up anymore. Once you sat down, I never got up. What if I like smack you? There you go, get up. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so it wasn't the same one. Oh, I'm lost. Where am I going? How do I get back? I got lost. I wasn't paying attention. I just kind of was wondering. Yeah, that's the problem. There's no food out here. Like, it's all pretty and stuff, but like, what am I gonna eat? Alright, here's the water. I have a boat around here somewhere. Yeah, I have a feeling that Latino males are not going to support Donald Trump or the right-wing project anymore. They're like, oh look, they turned us into second-class citizens. What'd you think was gonna happen? What'd you think? They're white supremacists. Wee. Alright, well, I really don't know what I'm doing here at this point. I've been doing this show for way too long, I think. Here, did you see what they're doing in Chicago? Let me show you videos of Chicago. So this is ICE going into a Chicago neighborhood to kidnap people. And the neighborhood is freaking out, right? Because they don't want a bunch of fucking Nazis rolling around their neighborhood. And that is an agent, that's a government agent, pointing guns at people with cell phones. So they got their phone, right? And they're taking a camera of them, and the agent's like, "Oh, you're taking video of me? Let me point my fucking weapon at you and threaten to kill you." These fucking Nazi people, that's who's doing it. The Nazi people are saying, "Oh, we're trying to kidnap people, but they're videotaping us, so I'm going to threaten to kill them by pointing a weapon at them." So, you can see it's just a bunch of people with cameras, and that guy fucking pointed a gun at them. Because they're Nazis. So, here's a fucking Nazi trooper marching down the street in Chicago with a fucking gun. Well, that's a paintball gun, but still, it's a weapon. Nobody likes ICE, right? Americans don't like ICE. Nazis, white supremacists love ICE, but Americans hate ICE. Well, I gotta get out of here, man. I can't just be gabbing. I don't know where I am. Like, I literally don't know, and it's getting dark, so I need to, like, focus here. Focus! Yeah, that's the lava pit that I found to get extra lava. That means I'm close. I just gotta get home real quick. It's getting dark and I don't want to die. Let me hide this real quick. I can't hardly see. Oh, I have torches. No, I don't have any torches. I can make a torch. No, I can't make a torch. Oh shit. Running through the jungle in the dark. Oh, there's a monster. There's my pillar. Let me get home and then I'll continue the video. Torches. Safety in my home. Yay. Right. I made it. These are Gestapo people just rolling down the fucking middle of the city, throwing tear gas and shit. No one likes them there except for white supremacists. So there's that guy. That guy is the leader. His name is, he's a Nazi. The guy holding the tear gas canister is a Nazi. He was appointed by Donald Trump to lead the ethnic cleansing, and he's all about it. He's totally Dan I don't know, I forget his name. But he's a Nazi. And here's more just pointing weapons at people. Look at that, he's pointing a fucking gun at people. So yeah, that's what's going on here in the United States. We have the fascists are trying to take over the country. They're instituting a program of ethnic cleansing. And they're deploying the military to American cities to subjugate them and to give themselves cover to invoke the Insurrection Act and invoke martial law. They're evil, evil. I need torches. But you know what? I'm kind of like done talking. Oh, I got 9 minutes. If I can make 9 minutes of content, that'll make 1 hour, and that'll be good for me. So yeah. Torches. Okay. Any other videos? Here's Steve Bannon.
And I will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
Yes. Why would they be going to prison? Because they're fucking criminals. That's why. They're criminals. They know it. If they ever lose power, they're going to prison. Same thing with Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is going to prison. He's guilty of all sorts of crimes, least of which is trying to overthrow the government in 2021 during the January 6th insurrection. That never went to trial because his judge, Eileen Cannon, delayed it for as long as possible. And then he made the stupid argument that presidents were immune, and his Supreme Court granted him that. And then he still wanted, Jack Smith was still going to take him to trial. But then the white supremacists elected Donald Trump president and saved him from ever going to trial. Because they're white supremacists, right? I was telling you, like, the two groups are not compatible. The white supremacists and the multiracial democracy people cannot coexist. We can't do it. Our ideologies are totally separate. Like, we believe in rule of law and they do not. So Donald Trump breaks the law, but if he breaks the law for white supremacy, then the white supremacists are okay with it. So Steve Bannon, who's in the Epstein files, he knows that if the rule of law is ever reestablished in the United States, they're going to jail. He knows it. He knows it. Because they're all fucking guilty. They're all criminals. Now, I don't know how, like, I can't convince my family of this, right? My family is, like, I don't know what to do. I can't convince them otherwise. Like, they're not that smart, you know? Like, oh shit. What? Water. Alright. How deep is this water? Not very, man. Oh shit, I haven't gone anywhere. Lol. Cover that up. My pickaxe is about to break. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. Like, what helped me understand what was going on is education. So I feel that education is super important, which is why the fascists are trying to destroy our education system, because they know that education is the antithesis of white supremacy. Educated people tend to not be white supremacists, so they try and destroy education. I mean, if you look at it, the other side of America was that we are the children of the Age of Enlightenment. So like literally, we're the enlightened ones, the ones who were able to look past race differences in race and religion and gender in order to see the truth. And and it requires an understanding of the scientific method, the scientific process. And all of that is antithetical. And all of that is opposed to white supremacy. White supremacists cannot abide by science. They cannot abide by truth. So yeah, clearly they're not into us. And we're not into them. I don't know how we're going to resolve this problem. What time is it? 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Do I have my poem? Let me do my poem real quick. Donald Trump is a bad man. Okay. Is it coming up? Yep, it's coming up. Oh, it's decided to update. It's like, oh, you want to open? Too bad, we're going to update instead. Pfft. Gee, thanks. There it goes. I think. Is it coming? Come on. I don't know what happened to it. Like, I tried to open it, and now it's all like, we're gonna do a bunch of other stuff instead. Oh, here it is. There it is. Alright. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump, bad man. Ignores courts, denies due process, lies, cheats, steals, double crosses, launders money, crypto coins line his pockets, real estate cleaning service turns dirty money into profit. Pedophile fraudster, felonious rapist, his lust for power rapacious, cuts cancer research so Elon Musk can make smaller tax payments, took food from kids to make up for that black hole deficit, he'll just blame it on the previous president. He rounds up brown people and sends them to jail. His pals round up and grooms young girls for sale. He expounds upon the worst aspects of American history, recreated Manzanar in Florida misery. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump, bad man. Through catchphrases and slogans, he conditions his masses, cultivated since birth to give life to the MAGA. To give their lives for the MAGA. A sick, twisted vision of a world that never existed. He wants to restrict education and unleash disease through the system. With a crass cash grab, he put America last, put victory past, drained our intellect fast. With a crass cash grab, he made America cast down. Dictators point and laughed, he turned us into a Russian oblast. Now the red hats are so mad how their daddy warbucks tariff their incomes. I question their wisdom because what did they expect when they gave power to a criminal? Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump is a bad man. Donald Trump, bad man, bad man, bad man. Yeah. Is that 3 minutes? Come on. Yeah, 3 minutes. Yay, that's my 1 hour. Okay, I'm done. Pogokiro out. Peace. Stop. Stop, 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 stop.